Hi, today let's talk about recalibrating relationships during lockdown. I hope every one of you is safe and at home. COVID induced lockdown has been a trade off between right to life and right to liberty. Outside, some of us are fighting a microscopic and invisible threat on the front lines. Inside, many of us on lockdown are experiencing a new normal. While we socially distance, some of us are feeling lonely, longing to touch or personally meet someone. Others are trapped inside with the same family members 24/7 and crave just a few minutes of alone time. Many of us are working harder than ever before. Some of us no longer have a job. Pressures of job loss, uncertainty of the future, and a sense of mortality has hit us all. Several of us share overlapping roles under lockdown. You are a son or a daughter who is worried about your parents, a parent concerned about your children, and some of us are both. You are a sister or a brother who has to take a difficult decision of not allowing your sibling to visit you because you must be very careful. Your kids are small. Or you may be a spouse of a healthcare professional and must negotiate risk and proximity. You have to be a parent who must have boundless energy, intellectual capacity, and a high emotional intelligence to be a math teacher, a music teacher, a chess coach, and a storyteller to patiently teach your kids, while also navigating virtual conferences and webinars where your colleagues can peek directly into your bedroom and hear the kids yelling or the dog barking. All the evidences of your numerous roles. The mute button has become the last frontier. All of these challenges are having some interesting effects that are changing the way we look at our relationships with self and others. Here are some interesting insights I have gathered while talking to my clients and friends over Skype or WhatsApp, which I have clubbed together as some emerging themes. The names mentioned here are changed to maintain confidentiality. Theme 1: Self-help. For some, it's quite overwhelming to be cooped in one space while being forced to pretend being an understanding husband or wife, parent, daughter-in-law, son, while you in your mind are sheathing with anger and frustration. Conversations with them opened up spaces of coping mechanisms which are different for different people. Some have managed to carve out a space and me time which could be exclusively theirs at least once in a day. Samira said, "It helps regain a balance between self and many exhausting and overlapping roles I play without a break." Alka laughs when she says, "Nowadays, like how we regularly check temperature with a thermometer to make sure we do not have contacted the virus, I have started to check with my stress level thermometers at least 3 times a day to make sure I have not contacted the FF virus." I look perplexed and ask her, "FF virus?" "Yes," she said, "fatigue and frustration virus, the FF virus. If I find those levels high, I put on my earphones and listen to some motivating songs or some funny jokes, and my stress levels come down." Prashant, who is a high performer in a multinational, now working from home, says he has learned to say a no very politely to manage work expectations from his boss and his peers. Theme 2: Significant intimate relationships. Some of my friends and acquaintances have expressed a reset to their lives after this long period of introspection and reflections, an opportunity they never had up till now. Take for example Alpesh and Meera. They were my students, met during their MBA some years back, fell in love and are dating for 6 years. Each one had a reason to not discuss marriage just yet. For Alpesh, it was settling down in his career and being financially stable. And for Meera, It was waiting for her two elder sisters to settle down before her. Uncertainty and a sense of mortality has hit so hard that they have decided to tie the knot in 2021. Dr. Pramod and Meera have been married for 10 years. Since the lockdown, Priya has been able to look at his dedication to his profession with a newfound respect. Priya says, "The thankful acknowledgement he receives and endless hours this warrior against corona has put in has made me feel so proud of him. Though I constantly worry about his health and safety, there is a new meaning in maintaining my social distance from him. Love was always there, but now there is a renewed desire because I see him through the eyes of others as well." However, for Noori and Afzal, this period of lockdown has been a last nail to the coffin of their relationship. Theirs was an arranged marriage, and both the families are very close. There was no compatibility between them, and communication has always been strained. Afzal always thought interacting with her was like walking on eggshells. Up till now, he took every opportunity to travel for business requirements and in a way put a distance between his personal and professional life. But now, due to the lockdown, there is no escape. Their frictions have increased and Afzal has made his decision to end the relationship. Theme 3. Relationship with family. Richa feels her house is converted into a big boss house, where she and her siblings are instructed on what are the tasks to be done each day. She frowns as she mentions the constant reminders she receives on the time spent on her phone, lack of exercising, her scant attention to details, her lack of interest in learning how to cook, so on and so forth. Richa says Big Boss had Salman come in once a week during the weekend kawar. Here it's everyday kawar and it's damn frustrating. Karthik spends at least 1 hour each day with his grandparents teaching them how to use their smartphones. They now have their own email addresses and can navigate Google in Gujarati. Dadi is blissfully happy listening to bhajans of her choice, and Dada is smiling for hours watching comedy dramas on YouTube. They can now talk to Chachu on Skype, face to face, like how Dadi says. Karthik fondly remembers the concept of reverse mentoring discussed in his class. Guys, relationships are complicated. Life has changed. A new normal has emerged. Will we be able to sustain these changes? Have we treated this lockdown as an opportunity to reinvent, reset, and recover some parts of ourselves and our relationships? A question worth pondering. Tell me what you think about it. Signing off. Bye for now.